Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Very good morning. Okay, let's wait for like 2-3 minutes so others can join. Then we'll start off.
Good morning, sir.
Very good morning. Okay, let's wait for like another 2 minutes. So let's see whoever can join. They join, then we'll start. And for this today, I'll explain like how to create trim sheets and all. So for that purpose, I have created this basic model, like not very fancy model, and I can still see there's some issues in the model, but I just like quickly did this and explain the process, like how you can create a trim sheet and you can use texture, and based on that you can generate models. And this is like, like texture wise you can optimize like a texture walk, you can reduce that, and modeling wise you can make a detailed model in this case, and the model will be high detailed, and texture you will use only one or two texture, three textures for the entire scene, and you can generate decent quality details throughout the model, so you won't lose any detail. The texture will be really high quality. And nowadays like most of the games they use this technique. Reason like it optimizes the memory because texture pool is really heavy, because nowadays like you can see most of the games are they are using 4K textures and all to get the more realistic look and feel. So if you use like hundreds of the 4K texture, your system will crash or it might lag, so those games won't be able to run on every system. So from a point of view of like that game, everybody should be able to use it, because it's a business enterprise, right? So they target like majority of the customers. So they what they came up with is this technique. In this technique, if you use it, your texture number of texture you use is very less, but the retail level is higher. But there's only one issue with this. You can see repetitiveness, like, and that is something definitely can be managed or handled within Unreal. But still, like you have very less variation in texture. I mean, whatever texture we create, we have to create a generic texture that suits all the parts. Okay, I can see like four of you have joined. I guess only Vishnu is not there, so we can start it off. So I have created this basic model, like not very fancy, very simple basic model. So now I need to create a trim sheet for this. So for creating a trim sheets are always a square texture. Nowadays all gaming textures are square. Like previously we used to use like 1:2 textures and all those things, but now we use only a square texture, but that is highly optimized for engine. So now we have to plan it out, like plan it according to the model. I just created the base model. Yes, I can definitely add more details in model, but that is again after texturing also I can do it. So how do we plan it? So you can see I have installed Quixel Bridge and Quixel make a mixture. So I'll be creating a Quixel this thing. What do you call it? uh, Trim sheet. I'll be creating a trim sheet. That is something you can do it in Substance also. That also works perfectly without any problem. So I can do it there also. So as of now, I just created this arch. So I'll just simply like proportionately this pillar should be slightly wider and all those things, but I just like roughly created. So let's see. So planning is just first create a base model and the basic shape, basically basic shape structure. So you have the idea, like now I can identify this surface need to have some brick or rock texture, and that should like throughout tile. Then this part can have like those angular textures. You can see it's not properly circle, but still. So that angular circular shape texture, this pillar can have some generic texture, this can have some amount of design, this can have some design or something. So now I have to plan the texture. So for that, what I'll do is I'll create a plane first, a plane. And let's see the size. So I'll make it let's make it a 20 by 20 square, perfectly square. Now, based on my model, like what are the textures I need? I need to add cut in my this plane so that I can generate a ID map. Like each and every individual texture. Like for this surface, I need a ID map. For this surface, I need an ID map. For this pillar, this surface, I need an ID map. For this, I need an ID map. So multiple ID maps I need. So let's say this is a huge area, huge area. So what I'll do is multi-cut. So I'll give like maybe 3/4 or something space to this one. Just a cut, nothing fancy, just a cut. Now, after this, oh, sorry, oh, it's ulta. So after this, now we have this arch. So you can see there's a issue in model. Like, don't focus on that. Like you create a model properly, just did it quickly. So it's like a little issue. I could have fixed it. Vishnu also joining. So this thickness is there. So for that also we have to add a cut here. Proportionately almost similar size, slightly on and off will be okay. Then we have this arch. Then we have this basic structure, this like this cubical, this structure. And then we have this pillar, this area. So I can use exact same texture here. Like suppose it's a rock or a brick or something, that same texture I can use here easily. So I can use this area directly. Then we have this design. So for this design, I can use, and this design also you can see, I have a thickness. So everywhere I have to add that thickness. So oh, that thickness should be somewhere here. Half thickness, thickness. That's it. I just added those loops like lines just to separate all the surface, separate. So I created this thing and I'm going to texture this one, not this one. And then I have to UV it and then create texture. And I can see Srijan Roy, like who asked this thing, he's only not there. Okay. So recording is on. Okay, recording is on. So I just created a plane with multiple cuts based on the depth and volume and shapes and all. I just created those loops. So divided this entire one square into multiple parts. Each and every loop plane is basically one specific texture. So for this, I need to create a ID map. ID map is basically to identify an area. It can be a full plane, it can be a design, can be a pattern, can be anything. So like suppose I have a design here, I can create a ID map for that. So for this, in this case, I'm going to use straightforward. Like I'm keeping it simple so that you can understand like what I'm doing and what is the purpose of doing this. So I created this and I need to create an ID map for this. So I can create the ID map. ID map is basically colored map, a colored map, different color for each and every section so that I can pick those color. So let's, what I'll do, I'll just create this thing in Photoshop directly, like because it's a very simple model. So no point going to Substance and doing it. Oxygen also joining, or I can do it in Substance also. So, okay, let's do it Substance, it will be faster. Otherwise, I have to do it manually. So by default, any square is automatically unwrapped. Any primitive shape is already unwrapped. So proportionately, everything is already correct. So I don't have to do anything here. So what I'll do is I just simply select this, export the model. Export selection to desktop for ID. Let me open Substance. Just close bridge, close new file, 1K 2K. So I'll just select 4K here. All these things doesn't matter because it's just a color map. So desktop for ID, open the file, load. Yeah, just a plane, nothing else. Create a fill layer, create a fill layer, and I need only color. Rest everything is not required. So I can choose. Let's pick red color. Right click, black mask, polygon fill. So this first one is red. Then I'll just simply duplicate this and change the color to, let's see, yellow, green, or orangish this thing. This is my, again, black mask. Second one, Control D, duplicate, change the color to, let's see, slightly more towards this greenish something color. Black mask. Next one, Control D, duplicate. Color I can change to slightly. So only thing is you need to make sure all the colors are separate. Like and a mixture reads all gradient and tones also. So like, or if you suppose in case your colors are almost similar, then also it will read. So you don't have to make sure like it's solid red, solid blue, solid green. No, it doesn't matter. The color should be different. That's the only thing. Control D. Control D. Okay. They're quite close. D. Okay, now I have all these colors, so I can change the tones. It's like a darker tone. Yeah, done. So all the colors are different color. So that is something you need to specify. So you just need this color map. You don't need anything else from Substance. You can do it in Substance or Photoshop or anywhere. You can do it anywhere. Just you just need selection. So I can select only and only this polygon. Even if in my model all these polygons are not there, but if I have this ID map, I can select only that region. Like same like put the Substance, you have region selection, right? Same thing. So you have to select this thing, and now this is done. Export texture, any format doesn't matter. I just need this texture. So let's keep it JPEG only. So it will be light and desktop. Done. Delete this. This is not required. So I have exported everything. So you can see this is the map, a colorful rainbow color map. Now I need that same plane without the cuts or with the cuts. Doesn't matter. Doesn't make any difference as long as I have an ID map. So now I'll open Quixel Mixture. I just open Quixel Mixture, and then it have by default have a lot of presets and like pre-made textures and all these things. So if you want, you can definitely check them out, and you should check them out because this is a latest new technique. Entire in especially gaming industry are using this, and because these are all scans, the texture quality is unmatchable. Like no matter what you do and how much effort you're putting into Substance, you cannot match this quality, like because these are real photos, right? Real photos you cannot like substitute with your painted texture. So what I'll do is select just create a new project and name it as trim sheet or something. Add the trim sheet. Nothing is there, so new mix. You need to add. This is like maybe demo. So texture size you can choose. So let's I'm keeping it 4K. No, I'm keeping it 2K. Otherwise, because Megascan textures are very heavy, so it might lag. So I'll just keeping it 2K. So now I can see by default it open this square. So I don't have to import my model here. It will give me a square already. Now I have to start texturing this. So for that, this is like kind of Substance Painter. This is your viewport. You have all these options, layer, your setup, file size, texture size, your what you want to use, plane, your custom model, or what you want to use. You can use your own custom models or some 3D asset from Pixel Bridge or some shaded ball sphere basically. So you can use plane is more than enough. And all these things do not need to modify. Go to layer. So when you come to layer, so by default, you can see there is nothing. It's empty. So you need to add some layer here. So there is, you can see, so come to setup, you need to select a ID map because without ID map, you cannot start texturing this. So click on this ID map, you can select import all maps, or you can just simply scroll down ID map and desktop. This is the colorful ID map. Select this. It's loading and you're done. So you can see all these fancy colors. So it basically color gradient automatically. You can see they name them also. So now if you come here, you can see all these ID map are visible here, but in this layer, it's completely empty. So completely empty. So I need to add some texture here. So I have downloaded couple of textures already. You can see couple of textures already I have downloaded in Quixel Bridge. Quixel Bridge and Quixel Mixture are connected. So whatever you download in Quixel Bridge, it's accessible from here also. Or if you haven't downloaded anything, you can go to online library directly from here and just simply drag drop. It will download and load it here. So now I need to create a base. So it's like a rocky, this kind of some structure. Let's see what else I have here. Oh, I don't want all this thing. Let's keep it simple. Let's drag and just drop it. It will load. See, it's loading all the maps. It's like super easy software, very like direct and to the point, and like it's very easy. If you just need to practice little bit, they have very few options, and the texture quality is super amazing. So here I can see, instantly I can see the texture here, and plus I can see displacement also. So in game, we usually generally don't use displacement. If you want, you can definitely switch it off. This is your nice gaming render, gaming this thing, but you can see tiling is way off. And this part I am planning to use for the top part. So what I'll do here, you can see my texture is, where is my texture? Where it vanished? It's very strange. Loading. And this is like all scans and everything is directly connected. So it's like little, it's again it's still a beta version, so it's a little heavy. Yeah. Why can't I see anything? Where that layer go? Why is not showing anything? Layer stacking is entirely invisible. I really can't see anything here. Just wait a second, just restart it. Like it should show all those layers, like same like Photoshop or Substance and thing. It should show all those layers. Shoot, new mix. ID map, ID map, desktop, ID map. Not, it should show a base layer here. I don't know why it's not showing. See, I'm just drag dropping it. So it should show this layer here. I don't know why it's not showing. It's stacking. It's layer stack. Yeah, there's some issue with this. Very bad. Okay, I'll do it in Substance only then. I thought like I'll teach you this new software, but this software is slightly buggy. I really can't see anything, so I really can't do anything. I cannot modify this thing. Yes, I can definitely modify it, but I cannot see anything, so it's become a little difficult. Layer set one. Oh, finally, it's showing something. So I don't know, like by default, it should show this thing, and this was not there previously. Now it's here. Okay, anyways, I can see this texture, this material, whatever I have drag dropped here. So tiling, I need to increase. So you can see height, frequency, placement, tiling, all these options are under placement is there. So repetition, I can increase 5 by 5. You can see repetition. And navigation is exactly like Maya. So tiling, I have increased 5 by 5. This is only and only for this first part, not for everything. So what I'll do is right click, I'll add ID mask. Click on this. Now it will show you all the colors, like what you want to add here. I want this to affect only red zone. Automatically, rest everything is invisible. Now, only and only red zone is visible this texture. So let's see my mesh, whatever I have planned. The second thing was this thickness. That thickness can be, I can use this line also. So let's see, not this one. Second, okay, let me check the ID map color. That we are looking. Okay. I can see this small line. I have to check like where I'm missing what. It should be from where this line generated. From somewhere it's generating. So I can, if I want, I can definitely use this, or if I want, I can use separate texture also here. Due to some strange reason, it's working like this. But anyways, so now we have that side, that arch thing. That arch can have some amount of design, some pattern. So suppose I want to use something like this. I'll just drag, drop it here. it load. Loaded, and you can see it's visible everywhere, and you can see the height and all these things are like way too much. So you can select this and you can see a blend mode and all these things are there. So underlying layer I want to effect, I can effect wrap underlaying, like blend with the base. Visibility is fine. From below, push it down. I pushed it down, and now I want to affect this thing only on these areas. Right click again, ID mask, and this was like more of a this greenish this thing, I believe. Should be this color only. So select this. Now you see it's not visible everywhere. So I have to check like how to blend this thing properly with this. All this height frequency and all I can balance with this. Loop frequency information like height and depth. Threshold I can make it minus, so it will be visible completely. And don't worry about all this thing because we're not going to use displacement anyways. You see it's visible here. Threshold I can increase, decrease. Opacity 100%. It's not working. Show me this texture. It should show me this texture. And it should be flat. It's working weirdly. This is doing pretty weird job. Okay. It's this is I don't know if this particular version. I yesterday only downloaded it. I guess have some bug. It's not. It should like if I reduce this radius and all threshold, it should go to the same level, but it's not going. So just cancel it. I use Substance only. That will be much easier. We already have this thing ID maps, so we don't have to worry about that. And plus we have those loops also in our model, so no need to worry. Let's keep it 2K for ID. Okay. If I want, I can definitely bake all these things. Loop 45 for nothing is there, so there's nothing to bake basically. But still, just feed the model. Done. So let's delete this one, create a fill layer. And I have those textures I have downloaded. So I'll just open Bridge. So they can use those textures directly here. So whatever I have downloaded, it's here. So suppose this is my base, right click, go to file, open that folder, and I can select all of them. Albedo, AO, let it be now, and these three, drag, drop it here, texture, import texture. Base color, normal, roughness. And this normal, I can see it's like slightly flipped. So just make sure, change it to OpenGL. Yeah, it was fine on it. No, it's not fine. It looks reversed only. Really strange. It looks inverted, right? Or it's, oh no, it's looks correct only. Correct. For this angle, it looks fine. I don't know. Okay, that's something you can check. So this is only for this region. Right click, add a black mask, and then select that region and tile it like what we are doing there. Exact same thing. Maybe 5. Tiling is ready. Now I need another texture for this select design. So suppose I want to use this one. Go to file. The only thing here is like the blending of two different colors and everything. I have to do it manually, but in Quixel Mixture, you can blend it directly very easily. Like because this color of this texture and color of the other texture is way too different. But that option is there in the Quixel Mixture. That's why like it's way convenient. But here I cannot do anything here. So yeah, no locking. One. To tile it properly, right click, black mask, and black mask already selected this area. So here I can see the tiling is not appropriate. So I can just offset this thing, fit it nicely, much better. And this texture, all these textures are tileable. So no matter what you do, how you placing it, it will always be correct. And it will tile without any issue or without any error. It will end to end, it will always tile. So that we have to do. Okay, now this is like one, but this color and this color, you can see it's way too different and doesn't look very nice. It like, looks like two different parts. So I have to fix this color. So for this thing, I need to add one more thing. So I'll just create a one more material here and only color. Switch it off. Pick this color and this mask I can just copy. Place into mask. So it should affect the same area, and then I can change it to like color or something, or maybe overlay. Yeah, so overlay also like same like Photoshop basically. Values also doesn't work nicely. Linear dodge, no. Multiply, yeah, multiply works, but make it little darker. So I can make it little slightly lighter because tonal value should match. Then we have those. After that, we have this thickness, this one, this design. Then we have this one is for this part. So this part I want to add those. This is for this area, right? So that design. So that design again I want to add another design here. Suppose this one I want to add. Base color, normal, and toughness. For this also tiling, the tile, black mask, this area. Same thing I can apply here also. If I want to apply this, I can keep this thing and apply this. So it will blend the color. And then if I select this and offset it slightly, correct only. Okay. So it matches the sheet. Let's see what I have. This part I can use this texture, same texture, and this one I need to add. So now I have that design. So again, I have, let's see, little thickness I want. That thickness can be this part. I need that like texture for the this, what you call that, cylindrical shape, and this is the thickness. So what I'll do is I just apply some pattern or design here. It's, I'm just doing it way too extreme, just to make you understand. It's like I have to choose something like really accurate for this texture, this thing. Black mask, palette, tiling. Similar tone. And the base again, if I want, I can use the same texture if I want, or some other texture also I can, or if I want to work, I can definitely use it. So just as of now, just keep it like this. So like this is like I created basic design. But overall, I can see all this repetition and everything. So I have to make it slightly generic, more generic, less repetitive. So what I'll do, I'll just download some other texture, or in Substance, I can use some other, like what do you call it? Patterns or some details, some patches or something. So let's see, only color and sorry, only color and roughness. The color I can make it slightly dark, more towards slightly brown, and roughness can be super matte, super matte. And then I can just simply add a generator dot. Randomly I'll generate dot. You see, I'm generating dot. So I can decrease the level of dot. And I can use anchor point to like generate all this specific dot. So like suppose this area, this one, right? So for this also I can add an anchor point, and generator, and that's a normal map. So I need to activate my micro normal, and micro normal, select the anchor point. It will read those sections. There's too much, so now I can reduce it. Generate those dirt and everything. So like this, I can create a really dirty texture and whatever I want to create. So because here in Substance, I have to do it manually. I have to add multiple layers and blend it. In Quixel Mixture, you can do it directly on that layer. But I don't know, due to some strange reason, it's working weirdly. So suppose I created this thing. Let's export it quickly. Export texture. Metallic roughness. I can use this output. Let's use JPEG, so it will be like really low intensity. Let's keep it 2K. So detailing wise, we can add a lot more detail, lot more. We can refine it and create everything nicely. Just randomly create it quickly, just to show how it works. And this also. Okay, now I have this thing. This is the not required. Delete it. And this is my main model. So let's material, new material. Let's apply some, because Blinn or something, because Lambert is matte. I'm just copying the path of file, color, file, and select the path, select file path. Press 6 so that I can see the texture. Nothing is unwrapped, so that's why it looks like this. Go back, and for normal map, bump, mapping, file, choose tangent, normal space, normal, copy path. So I can see all normals. Now, so my texture, suppose my texture is basic texture is ready, but I need to UV it according to my texture, not according to the model. So select the model, open it UV this thing. So as of now, I can just apply a automatic, just for sake of it. So then select everything, move it outside. Now I need this area to shell. You can see this entire thing. UV, I can move it here, rotate, rotate. So this part supposed to be here. This part supposed to be here, this area. So what I can do is I can just increase the texture size maximum. Do not go bleed into some other area. So you can see your texture is visible, all straight, everything is clean. The side edges and all these things, and now I have to make sure those things edges are visible. Like I'll stitch it here. Oh, I should have, before scaling, should have stitched them. all parts together. No need to worry. In this case, you can go outside. If you're using trim sheet, you can go outside this UV template because it's a tileable texture, so it won't create any problem. It will tile perfectly without any issue because it's a tileable texture. Now, for this part is fine. So for this area also, I'm planning to use the same thing. Let's see where it is. One seam I need to keep. So symmetry is on, I believe. Yeah, symmetry is on. So these two are connected now. Shell. Bring it here. So basically all four of them. I need to bring it here. Make all of them shell. You see, same texture. And you can see detail level, you don't lose anything, any detail. Now, this area, I want some design. This is basically this arch. Oh, it's like option, like a newer version, shell is here. Now shell is here. So it's always I'm doing the same mistake. And this part now, oh, sorry, my bad, the wrong place. So this part supposed to be this design. So what I have to do is UV, I have to cut according to this texture. Either if I want to continue till here, so I'll cut it from here, or if I want to continue till here, I'll cut it like this. UV cut. So move it out. So now this thing, so what I have to do is I have to make it straight. Unfold. Upper. Unfold legacy. It's not doing anything. I need to straighten this UV. In newer version, it's like you can just simply unfold, it will become straight. Here you can see, not back. It's not making this thing straight. So I have to make this thing straight manually. So there, like, let's see. If I have, do I have unitize here? Polygon unitize. There's an option called unitize. If you click this, it will open each and every polygon and snap to the square. So everything will become square. And then push it outside. Move and saw. Okay. Wrong. I have to should have done it manually. Well, it's older version, it's like creating a problem for me. So okay, what I'll do is I'll select the middle one and make it a straight line. UV straight. Shift UV shift and select alternative and unfold. Okay. Very strange. Yeah. It should work. Okay, it's the older version, so I'm just little got getting slightly confused. So just make all these things straight. That's the whole idea. UV straight, UV straight, straight. Sides also make them straight. So you have a lot in trim sheets. You have a lot of work in UV. So you have to make most of the UVs always straight. And G is repeat command. So I'm repeating the last command. So here I can see, I believe this one. Oh, this side. Okay. Any other side. Yes. Bring wherever it's supposed to be. What's wrong with this? The sideways I can see there's slightly stretch. So I have to fix those things. If you're using 2020, 2021, all these things won't happen. It will automatically be fixed. So I can unwrap this entire thing straight like this and overlap one by one. You can see there's a UV stretch. So place it like this. Similarly, the sides, all these things, let's suppose this one, I want to add some design here. UV, let's see, where is the UV? Shell, only this part. Or maybe I want to use this design. You see, yes, only thing I need to continue this, then it will work properly. It gives you very good quality texture detail and everything. So detailing is super high and you can make it slightly matte, it's super glossy. Similarly, for this area, this side, I want to use this side. For this area, suppose I want to use this design, I can definitely use it. It can be, I've just used a design. It doesn't mean you have to use a design. You can use normal, simple, generic texture also. Why it's behaving like this? That's very strange. You fix it nicely, fill all those design. So every wherever it ends. So you might feel, okay, we're cutting UV so many times, so there will be a seam. But the thing is, when you create a texture, so automatically the border blends in because there's limitation of pixels, and the edges is always you create some kind of depth or some transition, right? So it ends here, so, and this starts here. There's a transition. So it automatically blends in. You don't have to do anything there. It automatically blends in. Create a proper texture, place it there, and you can create, like now you can use this technique, and for every place, everywhere you can use this and generate your nice quality detail and create this. Like try this thing out because we have very less time, so I can't show you in detail. But try this thing out, and whatever doubts you have, your problems you face, get back to me. I'll solve those problems and explain like how to do it and what are the issues, whatever issue you face. I'll fix those things. Let's log in. Password. Just give me a second. No, password again. I don't know like how we logged out. Check the screenshot.
So,
Yes, tell me.
so I've sent you a reference in WhatsApp.
Just give me a second. Okay, WhatsApp. It's just a small section. Like, yes, definitely. This looks nice. You can definitely do it.
Yes, sir.
Uh,
I am actually dealing with modular pieces in previous
mhm.
things, so I thought of doing it differently with vegetations and something like that. So I selected that.
And this, no, this looks nice. Just make sure like you have like, because this, I can see only one section of this. I don't know. It's like it's a huge scene or what, because I can see only that sculpture and that staircase, and there is a like path. That's it, right?
Yes, sir.
So make sure like it's a complete scene. That's the only thing. Otherwise, look,
Okay, okay, sir.
lighting and everything looks nice, and overall design also very nice. Yeah.
Yes, sir, I'll develop it, sir.
Uh,
Little bit.
Okay, I took the screenshot. I'll update it in my system. Okay, then just try this thing out because this is a trim sheet. Try this thing out. Like maybe you're not, suppose you're not going to use it in your model, but you should understand and know this because this is one of the key things in industry nowadays. So you can create something like this simple one prop and try it out. Just try it out because you should have the understanding. Okay. So all of you just try it out. I took that screenshot, so I'll update it in the attendance and try this thing out. Yeah. And from Monday, we'll start with our environment completely, and we'll just finish it off. Uh, like most of the Unreal things you know, and yes, there are a few more things are still there that is we'll cover with this course, this thing. So we'll do that. Okay, then I'll see
Thank
you
you, sir.
guys. Welcome.
Thank you, sir.